Hello, welcome to the latest edition of Marketing Crack, and today I've got 4 danger words or phrases to watch out for. Welcome back. 4 alarm bells for you. One is just one word, just. The word just, and I've talked about this before, is perhaps the most expensive word in business. And it's usually when a client or an acquaintance says something to you like, could you just have a look at this for me? Could you just send this email? And that's usually the example we use. A client called us up and said, oh, could you just send an email to our database? It's only a couple of lines. And we asked a few questions and gave her a price. And she was like, oh, you're charging, but it's just. And it basically means that the client's perception of the work involved is a lot different to the reality of the work involved. So for the client, it was just a case of sending a 2-line email. But I knew the reality was designing the email, having to proof her, and accordingly she did want a couple of changes, even though it was just a 2-line email. We then sent it out. We then had to monitor it and look at unsubscribe rates, things like that. And of course, we had to let our client know how many people it reached, how many people clicked on the link, that kind of thing. All in all, it was about an hour's work. So just a simple request, an hour's work meant it was billable. So if ever anyone says to you, just, your little alarm bell should go off. Another one, the word collaborate. Now, that seems to have been misinterpreted a lot recently. Collaboration, partnerships, contra deals, whatever you want to call them. But to be honest, most of the times we're asked to collaborate, it works a lot more in the other person's favour. So for example, a bloke with us wanted to collaborate on a project. When you cut to the chase, he wanted access to our database. And sometimes it's just easier to actually pay a supplier or to pay an acquaintance to do a job, and then you can keep things on a level playing field. Very hard to get that balance right on any sort of collaboration. Not that collaborations don't always work, but our alarm bells do go off a little bit. Number 3, pick your brains. That's a famous phrase you probably heard people say to you before. Oh, can I just pick your brains? Pick your brains is the clearest sign that someone wants to tap your knowledge and experience for free. An example, the son of a friend of mine was starting a business, young chap, hats off to him, starting up on his own, brilliant. He said, oh, can I pick your brains? Could you have a look at this business card design I've mocked up? Now, he wasn't going to pay our rates for business card design, fair enough, and he got it done by a freelancer, and it looked cool, but we gave him a couple of pointers. The back wasn't done, so it was a single-sided business card. The biggest mistake ever. Use both sides of a card or a leaflet in that matter. So we gave him some free advice, absolutely fine. A couple of weeks later, could I pick your brains about these leaflets I'm having done? Right, okay, so obviously wants to help. A mate's son out, gave him some pointers. A couple of weeks after that, can I pick your brains about your website, about my website? And it was like, okay, at some point we have to draw the line. So I gave him a price, and he was quite flabbergasted, and that was our lesson. We'd done stuff for free, and free can't last forever. But he was like, I want to pick your brains about the website. It will only take you about 15 minutes. It's like, no. It will only take me 15 minutes because I've been doing this for 25 years. And that's a famous phrase, I think it's from Picasso or something, that you don't pay for the minutes, you pay for the years. And so if anyone says about picking your brains, be very wary. They can often be time vampires. They'll be on the phone, they'll be emailing a lot, picking your brains. And the last one, number 4, the dangling carrot. Oh, if you did this job for us, it could lead to more work. It could lead to extra business. Oh, I've got a mate who owns a business. I've got 2 other businesses. So you look after us. It could lead to, and that is a big no-no for us. So sometimes when a carrot's being dangled in front of you, you have to be realistic and think, actually, no, I need to know what I'm getting now. So if someone's saying to you, they're angling for a deal, I tell you what, if you could do it for this price, in the future, it could lead to more work together. Nail down the exact parameters of that deal. So make it official. Say, okay, so are you saying in 3 months' time, if I have done X, Y, and Z for you, I will get this other business? And ask them. No harm in making things a bit less fluffy. You can't just cut your margins and work your socks off in the hope you might get business. You have to be realistic and maybe a little bit ruthless about it. So gone on a bit there. 4 things to watch out for: the word just, the word collaborate, and the phrases "can I pick your brains" and "this could lead to." If you've got any others, feel free to pop them in a comment and I'll get back to you. Always good to get a conversation started. I'll see you soon for another edition of Marketing Cracked.